So, greetings and salutations, everybody. I just wanted to have a little bit of fun here because I only have a couple of minutes. Shift week kind of sucks, and so I end up with very little time. So I just thought I'd throw this together and get this out there because it's fun. It's funny to watch. It really is. Illusion. So, um, the well, let me start back up here at the beginning. The let's see, make sure everything's working the way it's supposed to be. Yes, it is. Now, what all I'm going to do here is I'm not going to have a 3 hour commentary on all the stupidity that came out of Limitless and Awake Souls. And honestly, Awake Souls, man, you need to cut off Limitless, man, because half the shit he says is just hysterically inaccurate. And plus, he doesn't shut up long enough to actually hear what's being said to him. But that's neither here nor there. Um, I would just like to. You haven't missed anything yet, Carl. I just started, and this is, like I said, this is going to be relatively short. Of course, I've said that before, haven't I? What I did was I went back over to the just out of curiosity, because I keep on getting told that comments keep getting deleted from Awake Souls comment threads, and I'm no stranger to that. I've been muted on his channel since, like I said, about 2 years ago, when when Thrive and Survive actually, I said this before. Thrive and Survive claimed that gravity was actually air pressure holding things to the ground. Um, but anyway, what I did was I went over to the to the video, and I looked below it to find out what the comments looked like, and what people were saying, because it's usually the typical "you got them" and "yeah, this proves flat Earth" and all the other bullshit. So I just kind of clipped out the comments that had something to do with me or my video. With the exception of there's two of them in there that I had to say something about. Hello. So anyway, here we go. First comment that I snipped out was this one from somebody called Never Give Up. Now, there's a couple of interesting things going on with this comment, and I just thought I would. Oh, what? In a lengthy interview, Patricia Steer has accused Antonio Subarats of rape. Not kidding. Well, please, Everett, find some way to back that up, because that's a very serious accusation. At least back up the point that you're making with the location of said interview. Okay, that's because that's a pretty heavy one. I'm not disagreeing with you. I'm saying that's a heavy one, man. So be good with that one, and feel free to post the link in here. And if you can't post the link, make me aware, and I will make sure that I post the link. But that's kind of a heavy one, man. Anyway, um, back to the thing here. This is a comment by somebody's named Never Give Up, and it says, "I found this channel after watching Sly Sparkane's debunk attempt." Okay, now that in itself is funny as hell. Okay, while I do have a Twitter account and almost never use it, I actually put together a Twitter account so I could talk to some people, just as a chat style. But I'm basically nowhere else. I don't have this on Facebook. I don't have this on any other platforms. So it says, "I found this channel after watching Sly Sparkane's debunking attempt." Well, another thing is that with all the pulling people or pulling flat Earth and disinformation stuff off of recommended videos and all that other stuff, I'm hit by that too. Okay, my channel is only about flat Earth, and they don't, the algorithms don't come in and say, "Oh, well, he's debunking flat Earth." No, they look for certain words and certain things and stuff like that, and then they apply it to the algorithm of not being recommended videos. So my stuff doesn't come into the recommended lines. So it's not like you tripped over this somewhere, okay? Because you didn't. Basically, what it is that you actually you're a subscriber of mine, a follower of mine, meaning that, you just routinely come to my channel to find out what's going on. So saying that you found this video after found his video after watching my video, that means you're actually someone who is actively looking after my stuff. So that means you're either somebody who supports me or is interested in my work, or you are a flat earther who already knew awake souls existed and just felt like making this comment. So yeah, that's bullshit in itself. But let's see. After I watched his video and internalized his thoughts, I figured I should watch your entire video before making a judgment. Well, I was over pleasantly surprised to see that his entire argument was destroyed in your very own video. Now, I'm not going to hit him about spelling because my spelling sucks. So, what do you call it? Nothing in his video debunked anything of mine. Nothing. In fact, 3/4 of the shit that I showed that made his test invalid, yeah, he didn't even address. So, sorry. It seems his straw man arguments, yes, identifying the criteria that he put out is straw manning, apparently, falls short on debunking you. Actually, he will lead more people here, in quotes, really, to the truth of this video. Well, I have to honestly say, my debunk video has actually gotten more views, and I have a third of his subscribers. My debunk video has gotten more views than his actual video. So, and if you were to look at the bottom of where's it at? If you were to look at the bottom of his recap video, he's had one comment, so it's not really like it's doing all that well. But so yeah, the logic isn't even reflecting in the numbers. So sorry about that. The facts that show the camera is level on the floor with the baseboard, what do you call it? With the baseboard viable from the other end of the hall, takes all doubt away from the floor being curved. That's actually incorrect. But not only that, why are you pointing out the camera being level? Okay, yes, I understand. He put some kind of a carpenter's level on top of it, and that's cool and all that. But the problem is, none of his, almost none of his images have the distant end, the molding on the other end in the center of frame. So even then, he screwed that up. So as far as saying his camera was level, not only is it pointless to this experiment and pointless to any other experiment like it, pointing it out means that you are trying to give support to something that's not there. Okay, seriously. So that's just stupid. And plus, the quarter pipe or the half pipe example that I gave before pretty much throws that comment out the window anyway. What do you call it? The fact that you cannot see her feet shows that she has gone beyond the vanishing point. Well, here's the funny part about your vanishing point. If she has gone beyond the vanishing point, it would not be her feet that would be missing. She would be missing, as well as the angel wings that are in all points of this video further away from the camera than she is. So even that, just stupid. The fact that the floor has carpet, I love this. The fart, yeah, let me get this right. The fact that the floor has carpet and not tile shows that the reflection is not being caused by the flooring. Okay, nobody ever said it was. In fact, I pointed out the reason why he said that he wanted a non-reflective surface, okay, was to cater to that argument. Okay, but then I showed that sand, roads, everything else that gets an inferior mirage on it, it's not a requirement that the floor be reflective. So that's out the window as well. And you pointing it out is doing nothing more than trying to somehow rally support for his completely useless criteria there. Let's see. And finally, the fact that you did this experiment early in the morning. Actually, it wasn't early in the morning. In a conditioned air environment. Oh, and by the way, I have openly admitted that I was wrong on the time that I said. The only information that I really had to go on was the light that was on the sunlight that was on the posts there, and I was off by about an hour. Okay, so sue me, and I'm a big enough boy to admit that. Let's see here. And in a conditioned air environment, which takes this is another thing. Who cares about conditioned air? Really, who cares about it? Takes all skepticism away from concerning the heat waves. There are heat waves on the ground. If there weren't, they wouldn't be waving. Okay, that's why they're called heat waves. Okay, this is so well done. Thank you, Jason, for doing this. And surprisingly, I did not see a donation site. Did you fund this all yourself? Well, yeah, apparently he did. So these are the comments. These are the support comments for this guy. Okay, now let's go on to the next one here. Let's see. I first saw Sly's video and had to see the rest of the video you created, and wow, it's unbelievable that this not so sly guy. I love it when people use my name as an adjective. Let's see. Tried to use crayon drawings. This was actually before that, sweetheart. So you're gonna have to figure that out. What do you call it? To emplan three-dimensional perspective. Three-dimensional perspective can be drawn out in 2D. That's where it comes from. Look up the words perspective in drawing, you idiot. You absolutely destroyed him. How did he destroy me before I made the debunk? So, yeah, anyway. Now, this was funny. Never Give Up also chimed in on this one. I also found this video thanks to Sly. Let's all make sure to thank Sly in his debunk video if you get the time. Well, funny. None of them have come by. And then somebody calling themselves Mickelson Morley says, me too. Sly is a dishonest scumbag that blocked me from commenting on his channel. Really? Really? I would really like to find out why that is, or where that is, or if that is. Let's see. While he was streaming live. Well, you don't block people while streaming live, really. Let's see. For comments that I made that day pointing out the very thing this video demonstrates. Well, really, tell you what, Mickelson Morley. I would like you to comment below this video exactly where that took place. Because, yes, I have muted people live on my stream. Now, if you say it wasn't me, then you need to retract this thing here because you're calling me a dishonest scumbag. So I have muted people on my channel live on things, but only after exhaustively giving them the chance to prove their case. And the ones that I end up muting are the ones who actually do not prove their case. Okay, the ones who they either run away or they want to jump subjects or whatever. Hey, Limitless, do you have my main channel blocked? I think I do. Yeah, I think I did that because you have me blocked at the Google level, so therefore I cannot respond to your what do you call it? To your comments. They show up without the reply button. I even did that one live because I have the integrity to do that. Okay, so yes, Limitless, you are muted on my channel because you have me at a Google level block on yours, so therefore I can't reply to your shit. Okay, and I have made that comment over and over again that anybody who has me blocked and I can't reply to you, I've done that with Scott Marrow. I've done that with a couple of other people who show up on my channel, put me, what do you call it? I do not have you blocked. I have the comment set to approve. You have me blocked at the Google level. Okay, you might not have me blocked on YouTube. You have me blocked on the Google level. We have learned this before. Basically what it is, if this was your comment right here, Limitless, okay, let's just say this was your comment, the reply button does not show up. Okay, that means I am blocked at the Google level. You need to check your block settings on Google. Until then, seeing that you're on channel number 8, I want you to acknowledge that I've actually said that to you. Okay. Acknowledge that I have said that you have me blocked at the Google level, which means you've had me blocked for a long time because they used to be actually connected to each other. So let's see here. Top chat, live chat. So acknowledge that I said it to you. Wow, I never heard of that. I'll check. Cool. So here's what I am going to do, though, because I am not a fan of sock accounts. And we're going to get to that here in a second. Because I'm not a fan of sock accounts. Thank you. You will check. Thanks. Okay. So I am going to block your sock account because I do not listen to sock accounts, period. Okay. I've also blocked at least the sock accounts I know about on from Awake Souls. And what do you call it? And because I don't deal with sock accounts, he is also not blocked on my channel. Okay. I had blocked you. Now, when you show me that you have actually taken me off of that block, I don't know how you're going to do that. You're going to have to get creative with that because you're not going to be able to show it on my channel because I have you muted right now. Your main channel muted on my channel because of the fact that you have me blocked. Got it? So you'll have to figure out how it is that you are going to advise me that you are not blocked, that I am no longer blocked. I did not block you because of information you present. Okay. And I do not block people because they present information. The only people I block are the people that either A, I cannot respond to, or B, people who come here to deliberately be belligerent. Okay. And if you think that, by the way, the whole time of sock or the whole thing about sock accounts, your buddy Awake Souls actually admitted that he uses sock accounts to get to my channel. Okay. Whereas he is not blocked on my channel. So, bring it or don't bring it. Okay, that's all I'm going to say on that. So Mickelson Morley, you are not muted on my channel. Feel free to post below this video once it's over that what it is and when it was that apparently I blocked you on my channel. Okay, because I don't remember the name like Mickelson Morley, and since you don't have any material on your channel, it's not like you're somebody who's memorable. So, speaking of blocked things on the channel, what do you call it? Under this, in the recap, Awake Souls is talking about the comments that were made by this person, Michael Davies, and all this. But what's funny is, I mean, it's hysterical. What's funny is that he removed this also from his channel. So he's actually showing that he has stuff that he is not going to let through. Okay, so it's just hysterical. Speaking of Limitless channel, he reposted somebody named Paige, who has also not blocked on my channel. I've actually responded to him or her or whoever that is. But they haven't replied back, of course. Oh my God, the comments on Sly's channel or Sly's video says things like buildings are built level. In other words, follow the curvature of the earth, which is true. That is a definition of level. Now, Limitless channel turns around and doubles down on it. It was funny. The argument that that they are making is ridiculous. They are confusing the term. And what's funny is I don't know where you copied this from. I didn't see it in that comment list. So it was weird. I'll check again, though. Let's see. The argument that they are making is ridiculous. They are confusing the term listen to this carefully now. They are confusing the term equidistance to the center of the earth, not level. Level means, and he gives the definition, level means a horizontal plane or line with respect to the distance above or below a given point. Equidistant does not, that you just defined equidistant as well. You really? Do you not read this stuff? Okay. So anyway, moving on. Now this was the one that I had actually spotlighted, and I think that's the only reason why he never removed it is because I spotlighted it on my video. Excuse me. Sorry. Now, first of all, Awake Souls in his recap came back and said, no, the floor of the mall was not perfectly level or flat. Okay. He came back and said that. It was around the 33-minute mark, I remember. What do you call it? And what do you call it? But yet here, before that, he defended it, said, what do you call it? I suspected that somebody would say something as stupid as you just did, because he just said, you know, half of your video is about your mall experiment, but did you actually confirm that the floor is 100% flat? Now he's coming back and saying that it's 100% flat, calling him a retarded shill for it. Okay. Limitless comes in, says you do understand the fact that you can see the carpet below, the carpet base completely. No, you can't. Okay, I'll get to that in a second. You can't. Now I think he's talking about the molding on the side of the wall, but no, you can't. What do you call it? Because if you say that you can, then you're actually destroying what Awake Souls is actually presenting. I'll show you that in a second. Let's see. To be honest, I think you are a sly on a sock account. Okay, I don't have sock accounts. I don't use them. I either comment on your shit and you block me, or I don't. I don't have sock accounts. I have no use for them. And to be honest with me, you're not that important to me to actually manage that much shit. Okay. And it says it shows how exposed you are. How can you wait? You think something, so therefore it shows how exposed I am, he is, who is. What do you call it? With you having to use your sock accounts. Well, geez, Awake Souls actually admitted using sock accounts to post on my channel. So isn't that calling him exposed? I mean, think about that. You having sock accounts to save some sort of cognitive dissonance. Well, then you're actually making this comment to Awake Souls. Okay, Awake Souls has commented just recently on my channel with his number 17 account and his number 35 account. Okay, admittedly, okay, he even laughed at it when I pointed it out. Okay, so you're actually calling him a, what do you call it? Calling him exposed and protecting some kind of cognitive dissonance. So really, come on, man. And let's see, Sly's 2D crayon drawing are retarded, by the way. Yeah, okay. I could use those crayon drawings to measure things. You can't. Okay, or excuse me, you can, but you don't want to. And then whoever this is, fight to the end. This I thought this was hysterical, and I have to actually point this out. What do you call it? What a joke you are, Renars P, the original poster. Says, you have no content and nothing at all on your channel, and you have the nerve to leave such low intelligence comment trying to somehow weaken what brilliancy, I guess that's a word, Jason has shared with the world. Well, let me go ahead and bring that comment up here real quick. Let's see. Let me move this over here. Okay, now that's under Renars P. There it is right there. Okay, now he says, what a joke you are. You have no content, nothing on your channel. Well, gee, let's look at your channel. Nothing. NA, he's got no subscribers. He doesn't have any videos or anything like that. This channel does not have any content. So really, hypocrite much? I mean, Awake Souls, do you only have hypocrites following you, man? I mean, think about that. These are the comments that you guys are backing. Right? Okay, so anyway. And what do I got here? This was 2 minutes in, and you can, and to the right, you can clearly see that the floor isn't flat. And then Awake Souls answers, you can see the baseboard with the camera at eye height and sitting on the ground. Are you saying that the mall is concave? Now, I already answered this. Being able to see any part of that baseboard doesn't matter. It really doesn't. Okay? All that means is that the floor between it is not raised to a point that you would actually obstruct your view. Okay? That's all it means. Doesn't mean anything else. Okay? So, and funny enough, he even went in and showed this. Okay, he even this was the part in the video. Yeah, like I said, around 32 minutes. He even discusses that the floor is not level. Okay, he even discusses it. Okay, and he also at one point had said something about his camera being millimeters off the ground and stuff like that. Yeah, the bottom of the lens, but when you're zoomed all the way in, you need to raise that. You need to raise what you consider where the camera is looking from, because it's actually going as you zoom in. The view, the bottom of the view, is actually higher and higher and higher within the camera lens, going towards the center. So it's even calling it, and like I said, now this one actually, you know what I didn't try? Watch this. Um, I need to, let's see, home. Now I'm going to see. This is his full frame. Now it was pointed out to me, and I actually did go back and look, but it was very, in my opinion, it was actually kind of useless. He did. It was pointed out to me that he did live streams of this. Ha 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 ha. Okay, well, if he did live streams of it, that's fine. But unfortunately, the live streams were not the actual footage. It was just a couple of times of looking down at the camera. Now, here's the thing, man. You putting that level, I'm going to get rid of this because that was just something I was just looking at. You putting that level on the camera and putting the camera on the floor and stuff like that. Now, the only reason why somebody would want to level a camera is to make sure that they are looking perfectly straight out. Okay, now if you are looking perfectly straight out with your leveled camera on the floor, let me go ahead and intensify these for those who can't see it very well. I'm going to go ahead and put this yellow, and then I'm just going to make them thicker. It's not going to matter. This right here, as you can see in this cross here, this right here is center of frame. So that means, guess what? Your camera isn't level. Okay, and this isn't even all the way zoomed in. Okay, your camera is not level. Period. Okay, so if you want to say that your camera is level, then guess what? This whole thing's going uphill. Because the molding at the distant end is damn sure not at eye level. Okay? Or excuse me, at the eye level of the camera. Okay, your camera's not centered, so you even botched that. Okay, and one thing that I know that you didn't address, and you still have not addressed, you claim that these two photos are basically the same. One was, as you said, one was on the floor, one was raised up to approximately eye level, your eye level personally. Now, number one, this is not center of frame. Neither is this, but that's not important. What's important right here is, how did she grow? Because you're claiming that this is the whole baseboard. I will, quite adamantly contend that that's just like a sliver of the top of that baseboard. Okay, greatly distorted by the inferior mirage on the ground there. Now, how did she grow? She's almost, I would say, about 25% taller in the right picture than the left. That's 25%, man. And this is at the same time. Okay, couple of seconds obviously between each other, moving the camera from up and down. But I mean, really, do I have to draw a line? Here, look, I'll draw a line perfectly parallel with that line there that you got there. Let's see. Her knees are about just below her, groin area. Okay. The brim of her, the waist of her dress, which is actually kind of high, is right about her groin level on this side. Okay. Now, I'm going to try not to use that, but the what do you call it? The tops, the peaks of her top there, before they go to straps, are barely at her belt line on the right side. Okay, her chin. Okay, we can argue head position if you want, but her chin, top of her head, is right above her bust, man. Now, are you seriously saying that these two images can be used in this manner? Okay, by saying that this is the whole thing. Okay, well then, what the hell happened up here, man? This is what I was talking about before, and then Limitless decided he was going to come in and say, "Oh, he did live streams of this stuff." La 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 la. Yeah, well, guess what? No, it's completely screwed up. And like I said, I had even stated in my comments in my video. I said either he manipulated it or he didn't manipulate it but refused to acknowledge it. Okay, because this is like a major distortion difference, major, and you wouldn't be able to use these two to compare. You really wouldn't. Okay, now if I were to shrink her down to that size, what do you call it? Then you would notice that this right here, this thing that you're claiming is to be the whole thing, is only about a tenth of how big it is. So therefore, it's just a sliver of the top of it. And plus, here's a challenge for you, awake souls and limitless morons. Here's a challenge for you. Let's just say that you have this distance. Now, this distance probably, I would give it about maybe 3-4 inches, maybe. Okay. And I could actually elicit the help of a friend of mine, a follower of mine who says he lives near this mall. I could have him go over there and measure it if you want, but I'd rather you do it. Go ahead and measure this, and then do the math on the distance you were from that molding. Give me that angle, and then tell me how that works with the sunrise and sunset. Because if you're claiming this, then, whatever, man. Okay, so anyway. And this is why his recap only had one commenter on the bottom of it, because everybody else he either deletes or gets rid of. So, now I did get asked a lot of questions. What do you call it? In various ways. I get a lot of them in the chats in the back about the girl that was in the video. Now, obviously, he stated that they even said that we ought to get him for copyright because of the fact that you have a model contract with the woman. And he even goes into detail about the fact that, this woman was actually paid to do this. Now, and the question is, does she know that she's being spotlighted in a flat earth video? Now, because I never heard it brought up and I never heard it discussed in that live stream. What do you call it? Actually, the woman was very professional. And the woman actually did come back and say, do you need anything else? Is there anything else that I can make sure that, how it works and all this other stuff, right? And very professional woman. And I wish her a great career. But here's the thing. People ask me if she knew she was in a flat earth video. Now, I refer you to a wonderful bit of logic that was brought out by Kevin Smith many, many years ago. Okay, now this is just a still of that. And this is a discussion in the movie Clerks. Now, go ahead and look it up, and I'll put I'm not going to put any links on it, but just look up the Death Star Death Star contractors. Okay, which was an interesting little discussion that was being had in the movie, and I totally agree with it. And that is that people who do things for money, in this particular case, contracting. She was a model who was contracted. It is their responsibility to know about the people that they are working for and stuff like that. Now, the discussion that was being had here was obviously had to do with the Death Star in Empire Strikes Back, where the Death Star was still being built, and the contractors who were there were obviously innocent victims and stuff like that. And another guy comes in and was talking about, no, they knew what they were getting into. So, yeah, it's funny. But anyway, and then there was this comment. Now, this comment has dick to do with my video, but this comment was in there, and I need to go back and refer to it and find out exactly what was being discussed here. But he says, what do you call it? At 3739, you are saying that once a computer is set to calculate an irrational number, the processor will be incapable. This is funny. Will be incapable of running any other task until you terminate that process. Okay, now that's for poorly written anything. Okay, I work in computers. Okay, I've worked in software. What do you call it? And hell, you can even do this in Excel. Okay, Awake Souls comes back and says, it is not capable of running any other tasks if a program is controlling how much processor power will be devoted to the task. But it will never complete the task. That's for sure. Okay, there's things called break commands. There's things called loop escapes. There are things called thresholds that are put into place mathematical, just mathematical logic that is put into place in computers and in most software, where, what do you call it? If you put something in there that puts the computer into an infinite loop, or does not reach its what do you call it? Its end result, it will only go for a certain period of time, and then it will stop. It will either crash, what do you call it? Crash that program, and then move on to other things, or it will stop altogether within the software and say, "Hey, I can't figure this out. Let's move on." Okay, you can actually do that inside of Excel by making an irrational uh, uh, string, and it'll come back and it'll test it out one time, and then it'll say, no. So if you don't even understand this level of logic, okay, I can't help you, bro. So ultimately, yeah, Awake Souls has not put together anything that would even resemble a response to what I defined into his video. Limitless Channel just has the uncanny ability not to shut the hell up and listen to what's actually being said to him. And this entire experiment, um, now, I'm surprised I don't see the flat earthers who are chiming in saying, why didn't you do temperatures along the way? Why didn't you actually test the floor to find out if it was level? All those things that usually come in my direction when I perform a test. So, really, where is it? There you go, inaccessible boot device. So, ladies and gents, that's all I really had time for today. I'm sorry, I would have loved to have made it longer and have people. Let's see. Okay, Chad. Who is Help Animals? Who is Help Animals? Okay, people are saying that Help Animals is being some kind of an ass, I guess. Let's see. Well, you guys have been following this a little bit more than I have. Ja, tschüss. Mach schön. Mach das er weg ist. Oh, looks like Stan already beat you. Oh well. Mentally deficient troll. Yeah, well. I do attract the best, don't I? Anyway, so ladies and gents, like I said, that's all I really had time for today because I got to put things together here and head off to work. So you'll see me in comments, but that's about it. I won't be able to get anything else done. Let's see, scrap an idiot girl. Okay. Well, I don't consider girls in general idiots. In fact, I know a lot of them that are a lot smarter than I am. So, anyway, and yeah. So I look forward to the absolutely worthless and extremely long claim debunk of what I put out today. Who knows? Maybe it'll come. Maybe it won't. But I'm just going to say it like this. He put out 3 hours of material. I put out 7 minutes of material. I'm just doing this as comments to the comments. I mean, I've already said my piece on the experiment. I would like to leave you all with a wonderful saying that came from my grandfather, and that was, "It takes what do you call it? It takes a long time to spin a yarn, but a short time to break it." So let that be about the length of these things. And Globebusters, you can take that to heart because you guys spend 3 hours saying nothing. So, all right, guys, I got to get. So I wish you guys all a great Sunday, and y'all have yourselves a nice day.